Look around you. We live in a society that tells you what to wear, how to speak, even who you should become. But let me ask you this, are you living for yourself, or are you just surviving for them? From the moment you were born, rules were written for you. They told you what success means. They told you how to measure happiness. They told you that life is about following a path that millions before you have already walked. Go to school, get the job, buy the house, retire, then die. And if you dare to question it, if you dare to step off the path, suddenly you're the strange one. Suddenly you're the problem. But here's the truth. Society does not fear conformity. It fears rebellion. It fears people who wake up and say, I will not live by the script you gave me. I will write my own. Because when you rise above the noise, you remind everyone else of the chains they still wear. Most people settle because they're scared of judgment, scared of being laughed at, scared of being called different. But remember this, every single person who ever changed the world was first misunderstood. Gandhi was mocked. Martin Luther King was hated. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. Albert Einstein was told he was a failure. Every legend you admire was once called crazy. Every innovator was once rejected. Every leader was once doubted. So ask yourself, what's worse? Being laughed at for a season, or living your entire life trapped in silence, never knowing what you could have become? The problem with society is that it rewards fitting in, not standing out. If you follow the crowd, you'll be praised. If you chase your dream, you'll be doubted. But here's the paradox. The very people who doubt you today will celebrate you tomorrow if you refuse to quit. That's why you cannot let their voices become louder than your own. Think about it, the car you drive, the phone in your hand, the clothes you wear. None of it would exist if someone had listened to society when it said, don't take risks, don't be different, don't dream too big. Every advancement we enjoy came from someone who stood up and said, I will not listen to the limits of others. Society builds invisible cages. They don't lock you with chains. They lock you with opinions. You stay in the cage because you fear what they'll say if you walk out. But the door was never locked. The key was always in your hands. The question is, are you brave enough to walk out? Every day you are given two choices: conform or create, settle or strive, survive or live. Which one will you choose? If you live for approval, you will die by rejection. If you live for applause, you will starve in silence. But if you live for purpose, nothing can stop you. The crowd doesn't define your destiny. Society doesn't write your story. You do. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man who loved painting, but everyone around him said, art will not feed you. Go get a real job. He almost gave up, but he didn't. He kept painting. He was broke, rejected, laughed at. Years later, his paintings were worth millions. That young man was Vincent van Gogh. Society told him he was useless. History proved society wrong. Or take Thomas Edison. Thousands of failed experiments. Teachers who called him slow. A world that doubted him. If he listened, we would still live in darkness. But he refused to bow down to opinion. He proved that persistence outshines doubt. Even modern heroes, Elon Musk was mocked when he spoke about electric cars and rockets. They said it was impossible. Today, Tesla and SpaceX are changing industries. He didn't listen to society, he listened to vision. This is the pattern. Society resists change until change becomes impossible to ignore. Which means, if you want to create a life that matters, you must grow comfortable with being uncomfortable. You must be willing to stand alone before the crowd claps for you. So here's my challenge to you. Stop living inside the box they built for you. Stop letting the fear of judgment control your choices. Stop giving your power to people who don't even know your struggle. Because at the end of the day, the world doesn't remember the ones who fit in. It remembers the ones who stood out. Be bold, be different, be unstoppable. And when they ask you, why don't you fit in, tell them, because I was not born to follow, I was born to lead. I was not born to copy, I was born to create. I was not born to survive, I was born to live. The truth is, society is just a reflection of us. If enough people dare to rise, if enough people dare to be real, the society itself begins to change. That's why you matter more than you think. Your courage might be the spark that lights the way for millions. So live loud, dream bigger, walk taller, break the cages, rewrite the rules, and never forget the world does not need another copy. The world needs you.